What is going on, guys? This is Waluigi the Master, as you probably know, not changing my name despite, the April Fool's joke that was in the last video. So anyway, today we're doing something a little bit fun. I'm gonna go back, and by back I mean way back, and react to some of my old videos. If you guys have been watching my channel for like a few years now, you've probably seen some of these videos, and these are actually some of my most viewed videos because everyone likes a good old Mario Kart 9 prediction, plus the fact that these videos have actually been around a few years now. So anyway, I was going to do the whole, good thing, bad thing video for, what's that game? Shovel Knight. However, due to a number of circumstances, that cannot be done, so probably next week, but even then, there's something I might be doing next week that might keep me from uploading next week. Kind of something personal, but anyway, let's not worry about that. Let's worry about watching some good old predicting Mario Kart 9. So that is the first video we're going to be watching today. And no intros back then. You gotta love just no intro, just get straight to the point. I am predicting Mario Kart 9 retro tracks. And this was actually an update of an even older video that I made, but I decided let's not react to that. Let's, So Shell Cup, DS Figure 8 Circuit, Shell Cup usually always has the crappy tracks, so I figured, yeah. And 3DS Daisy Hills, typical Shell Cup stuff. It would honestly not surprise me. Same with SNES Ghost Valley 1. Honestly, I've changed up, I've reconsidered, these cups a bunch of times. What if they had these tracks here? But this basically, I wouldn't be surprised if they did something like this in Mario Kart 9, or even Mario Kart Tour, but I feel like they're going to save all the retro tracks for Mario Kart 9. So it's 3DS Mario Circuit, one of my favorite Mario circuits. Wii U Shy Guy Falls. Wii DK Summit. Please bring it back, Nintendo. Please, for the love of God, bring that back. A lot of these, tracks I don't really like. I'm just kind of like, all right, well, it's a Shell Cup track, so alrighty then. So they kind of have to bring back some crappy tracks, but a lot of these are just a desperate plea to Nintendo. Please bring back these tracks that I like. You know what I mean? Wii U Electrodrome, great track. And GBA Sunset Wilds, oh my gosh, how is that not... That is literally... Well, it's either that or Sky Garden. I kind of go back and forth with them. I know everyone likes Cheeseland and Ribbon Road, but Sunset Wilds and, Sunset Wilds and Sky Garden, that's what I meant to say. Those two are the two best, in my opinion. But anyway... Dolphin Shoals, amazing track. I like that track a lot. Wario Coliseum's an amazing track. That's the best track from Double Dash, in my opinion. This is before I even played Double Dash, but I already had the impression that that was a pretty freaking awesome track, Wario Coliseum. And GBA Rainbow Road, just to keep with the tradition of, Rainbow Roads. Sunshine Airport, Moonview Highway. These are some good tracks here, especially Sunshine Airport. And Yoshi Desert. That's another track that I really think is kind of underrated. It should have come back by now, but I guess not. And Mako Woohoo. Gotta love that Wii Sports Resort. And then a DLC Pack 2, Cloud Top Cruise. You cannot go wrong with that. I like how I chose the guitar music versus the other one because, honestly, it's better. And, of course, the image just shrunk a little bit because, obviously, I wasn't, as good as I was at editing back then, or I didn't pay attention to it as much. So there's GCN Rainbow Road, Some good old DLC packs. So track consistency. Let's pause here to see how consistent I was with this. So I brought back 3 SNES tracks. I brought back the one N64 track that hasn't been used, Wario Coliseum. 3 GBA tracks, 2 GCN tracks, GameCube tracks. 2 DS tracks, 3 Wii tracks, 4 3DS tracks, and 5 out of 25, 25 tracks due to the DLC. So, I tried to keep it fair between the, maybe the N64 fans would have wanted to see another one come back, but whatever. There's your track consistency. The N64 tracks they've had their glory. So once again, back in those days, no intros, just get straight to the point. This is my video. This is what I'm talking about. So Mario Kart Stadium, obviously there's been a bunch of Luigi tracks that start games, and they've all been, they've all sucked. Sorry, Luigi. But Mario Kart Save for Mario Kart 8, you guys know I'm a fan of that, so I honestly think they should just sort of, it should be like a Bowser's Castle and Rainbow Road thing. It should sort of come back in games. So anyway, Shy Guy Rink. This is like Baby Park, except I think, 9 laps for Mario Kart 9. I sort of had that idea. Just something that's like Baby Park, because like obviously Baby Park is such a unique track, but I think there should be something like that. Except icy for extra chaos. Anyway, Spaghetti Slide. This is kind of just a filler idea, like, whatever. There should be a track made out of spaghetti, you know what I mean? You know what I mean. And I'm just waiting for the next one. I think I've explained this good enough. Toad's Tower. This I think would be a neat idea. We're sort of like racing up to the top of like a skyscraper. This is one of those tracks where it's in 3 sections instead of 3 laps. I like that idea a lot. That's sort of one of my favorite ideas from this particular video. Then Mario Circuit. I mentioned in this one, obviously there's a Mario Circuit in every Mario Kart game, so, time to man up with the hazards, Hammer Bros, instead of Goombas. I want a hard Mario Circuit, not a freaking, all the other ones, but they're going to be easy, whatever. Supermassive Motorway. I want the track with giant freaking Goombas. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I need, and one that's based off of Super Mario Galaxy, because I cannot get enough Super Mario Galaxy in my life. I noticed in a lot of these I'm mentioning like a spin drill mechanic, because I think Nintendo was debating that in Mario Kart 8. I have no idea how they would use that, but it would go hand in hand with Super Mario Galaxy. Anyway, golf track, kind of a filler idea, nothing too special about that. Spin drills, yay. And then, come on. We need another Waluigi track, Nintendo. 2, not good enough. You give Wario a freaking track every time. What about Waluigi? The 2 Waluigi tracks were amazing. We freaking need another one. Come on. You guys know my opinion about this. Obviously. Another Waluigi track is needed. So another DK track is needed too. My boy Donkey Kong did not get a new track in Mario Kart 8. I'm pretty sure he got disrespected. So, you need something like DK Mountain where he can freaking get launched out of a cannon. You guys know, or you might know, that I'm a huge fan of like old music, 50s and 60s rock and roll, so I want a track that's like Electrodrome, but like sort of with like, oldies music. I think it would be awesome. And I want a track that's like Dolphin Shoals too, but instead of an eel, you're riding an octopus. Because, I don't know, once again, not all these ideas were great. I kind of like these ideas, like I like the whole Toad's Tower thing, but some of these ideas I'm kind of like, octopuses. Anyway, Wario Supermarket. I think the supermarket would be a cool idea for a track. I actually do like that idea. I feel like I could have elaborated a bit more. But now let's talk about a garden. Actually, no, let's talk about the supermarket idea a little bit more. Maybe you could like go past like cashiers and stuff like that. You drive into aisles. I think it would certainly be an interesting idea for a track. Garden, that's already kind of been done with Peach's Garden. But anyway, Rosalina Highway. Like I want another highway track like Moonview Highway, except even more intense. I don't know why I wanted to theme it around Rosalina. I still don't know why I want to theme around, just because I like Rosalina, I guess. I'm like, you know what, she doesn't have a track yet, so let's give her a track. Just because Rosalina is cool. And then Bowser's Castle from Mario Kart 8 is my favorite, so I kind of want it to like be based off of that, as you can see from this description. And I want like a band of Koopalings. Like I might not have actually had that idea. I might have heard it somewhere from like the comments or something, but like that would be amazing if like they, had, Iggy on drums and Larry on guitar or whatever. I don't freaking know. But anyway, Rainbow Road. Obviously, can't have Mario Kart without Rainbow Road. So, let's watch something else now. Once again, no intros back then. I didn't freaking... So I was all, like, Piranha Plant, Super Horn. They should come back. However, they introduced the Boomerang flower. You gotta love that typo. Boomerang. That's... Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of that. And of course the coin. Intended effect awards the player 2 coins, a giant golden FU from the Nintendo Corporation, which is basically what it is. So what item should make Mario Kart 9 a perfect blend of new and old? Well, what did I think 3 years ago? Yeah, these 6 items, they're not gonna not put them in, come on. And these deadly triplets. I had the somewhat controversial idea of omitting the triple banana, because I wanted like the freaking giant banana back from Double Dash, and honestly, I stand by that opinion. We need that, or we need the banana bunch, like 5 bananas, better than 3. Let's be honest with ourselves. Although the 3 bananas can kind of like make a circle. I don't know, whatever. You want 5. 5 is better than 3. Now, okay, so some Mario Kart 8 should return to Mario Kart. Okay, so these are these items that I wanted back. So Giant Banana, Bowser Shell. I've kind of determined that the Bowser Shell wasn't as awesome as I thought it would be. Like, I didn't play Double Dash by this time, but I still kind of think it should be back, just because the Bowser Shell is freaking... It's intense stuff. Anyway, 3 brand new item ideas that I had. So the Ice Flower is pretty self-explanatory. You know, you toss it at someone, it freezes them up. It's basically... Honestly, it's not that much different from the Fire Flower, I would think, except because, like, the Fire Flower causes your car to spin out, and the Ice Flower, I guess, would freeze up your car a little bit. I don't know. What would be a way to make the Ice Flower, like, differentiate? Because, like, there really isn't much of a difference. Maybe the Ice Flower, like, freezes you up for, like, a longer time than you would have, like, spun out, and, like, the Ice Flower is maybe a bit more of a rare item. Something like that. The Black Shell is a brilliant item. Yeah, I heard of it. It's like the Green Shell, but it explodes. I stand by this. This is like a Bob-omb, but it can lock on to something. So, the Nifty 9, I don't know why I had it in 9 as in, like, German, but, you know, I sort of had the idea of the Black Shell as, like, the new item in that bunch, and something that wasn't the blooper, because obviously the blooper sucks. I don't have it in here. So we got the banana, the giant banana, shells, mushrooms, golden mushroom, black shell, Bowser shell, Bob-omb, fake item box. I don't like the fake item box anymore. I don't want that in the game. Although there has to be some sort of way that first place people get screwed over, and it's better to have a fake item box than a coin, I guess. So, you know, you can't just have the first place people always getting bananas and shells to protect themselves. So I figure the fake item box, I guess is okay. So blue shell, mega mushroom, I want it back. I just need it back. I need it in my life. I don't care if it's basically the same thing as the star over here. I need the mega mushroom in my life. We have both the flowers. We have Piranha Plant, Super Horn, Boo, which did come back. It came back. The feather came back too, and I was like, eh. But the Boo came back. Obviously, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Lightning Strike, the Nifty 9, and the Bullet Bill. That's me. Oh, so I actually had the item distribution locked up. So I said fake item box 20%. So, like, obviously my thinking here, and I guess I still sort of think this way now, is the first place person should not always, you know, have life be awesome for them. There needs to, well, obviously the blue shell is a big factor in that, but, you know, you can't always be getting, like, shells and bananas to protect yourself. So I had green shell and banana. That's mostly 60% of the time. 20% of the time you get screwed over by a fake item box. Someone throws a shell at you, too bad. And then about another 20% of the time, life it treats you a little bit good for first place. You get a mushroom, a red shell, super horn, or giant banana. So I think that's a fairly fair item distribution, I think. So second through third place, this is a little bit more different, or there's a lot of different options here. You get red shell, mushroom. Those will certainly help you catch up to first place possibly, or third place to second place. Same with the fire flower, although it sucks a little bit more. Giant banana, a little bit more common here. Piranha Plant, fake item box, you know, life sucks if you get the fake item box here. Green shell, and then Boo and Ice Flower. But like I said, I'm thinking the Ice Flower is, like, too similar to the Fire Flower now that I really think about it. Like I said, it's self-explanatory, but, like, you know, it really isn't self-explanatory. It kind of does the same thing as the Fire Flower, unless, of course, you consider that the Ice Flower, like, you know, screws over the guy a little bit longer, which is what I'm thinking that maybe that particular item could do. So that's my thought, at least. So anyway, I explained all that, and now I'm just waiting for it to go to the next slide. Here we go. So 4th through 6th place. This is where you start to get triple shells instead of regular shells. Although oftentimes in 4th through 6th place, you end up with just the solitary shell. So maybe I made these items a bit generous for these particular places. But there you go. You get the triple shells, the triple shrooms, the new black shell idea, which will explode the guy in front of you, or, you know, basically a Bob-omb, that sort of thing. Basically a better Bob-omb, which, you know, also shows up here. Blue shell, the Nifty 9, you know, mega mushroom. You get, there's some pretty lucky stuff if you end up in 4th place with these particular items, but I don't know. Obviously, I think Nintendo does a little bit more math with the whole item distribution than some kid who has a video game channel, but, and you know, you're in 9th place, 7th or 9th place, life sucks a bit more. Triple red shells and Bowser shells will help you with that, because that's what you get 50% of the time under my plan. But the remaining 50% you get, you know, obviously these things. Triple mushroom obviously screws you over a little bit, especially considering that there were some better items in the 4th through 6th range. But sometimes you get triple mushrooms in 12th place in the other games. But anyway, 10th through 12th, I made sure all the items were, you know, good stuff, which does not always happen in Mario Kart 8, let me tell you. Anyway, I used to do credits, and my channel name, fun fact, used to be Angry Giants Fan. This was way back in the day. So I'm taking a bit of a break from the Mario Kart 9 prediction series. Instead, I'm predicting a potential NX game, because back then we thought it was the NX, because that was the code name for what turned out to be the Switch, and this was before Super Mario Odyssey. But I mean, I still am holding out hope that one day Nintendo will release Super Mario Galaxy 3, because it's awesome and amazing as Super Mario Odyssey was. You people know I want to see Super Mario Galaxy 3. Although I think it's kind of inevitable that Super Mario Odyssey 2 will kind of come out first. So, I was talking about old power-ups here. Spring Mushroom, bye-bye. I don't even know how it came back in Super Mario Galaxy 2. It freaking sucked. The Bee Mushroom was, I feel like, a very innovative power-up. Mario looks great in a bee suit. What else can we say? You know, obviously I want it back in the game. The Boo suit allows Mario to become invisible. Invisibility is awesome. I still stand by that statement 3 years ago. And the Rock Mushroom is a little bit hard to control. I pointed to this frickin' bowling stage. It is hell, trust me, it sucks. It frickin' sucks. And flying invincibility are awesome. You know, can't go wrong with that. So, Spin Drill, I think it's useful for puzzle levels. Like, I like these a lot, you know, I was talking about that with Mario Kart. I was talking about that with Mario Kart 9, how that could sort of become like a new feature, but, you know, whatever. I think Spin Drill's neat stuff. Ice Flower, Fire Flower, you know, don't return it through motion control. No motion controls. As much as I love Mario Kart Galaxy, the motion controls are a little weird. But they work well with, I like them with the Cloud Flower, honestly, and, you know, Cloud Flower, that was my favorite power-up from the Galaxy series. It's awesome. So, Koala Mario could be an interesting idea. Koala Mario could have Mario climbing up trees. That is literally the only idea I have. So, what other ideas? So, I guess he could climb up trees faster or something like that. Or maybe there's like some levels like Tree Trunk Galaxy in Mario Galaxy 3 where Mario would have to go quickly or have some sort of race or something like that. And that would help him climb more efficiently. I don't know. But anyway, there's PETA looking at my ideas with disapproval. I think they were very upset with like the Tanuki suit or something like that. So, you know, I guess they would be equally as upset as they added a frickin', what am I talking about? They would be equally as upset at a koala suit. But anyway, Swamp Mario. This Mario would be able to crush its enemies, similar to how the Mega Mushroom would, only you're a swamp this time. People, I love that idea. My last idea for a power-up is Bunny Mario. You can run faster, have a claw attack similar to Cat Mario, and be able to hide from enemies better. And then I realized there already was a Bunny Mario, so that's a total of 11 power-ups, because I had to sum up things better at the end, I guess. And back then, like I said, credits roll. Angry Giants Fan was the username. 3D Mario levels, I think, should return. I think with Throwback Galaxy, like I said, there should be sort of some retro 3D, you know, stages. And obviously Nintendo is always good at sort of appealing to the olden days. So Dire Docks. That music, man. So beautiful. And that eel is so hideous. Plinko Pinball Machine. Freaking dope level from Super Mario Sunshine. And Gusty Garden Galaxy because, you know, I love the music. It brings me an overwhelming sense of nostalgia. And then Super Massive Galaxy because I already talked about in the Mario Kart, you know, levels that I obviously love that. So anyway, the Great Tower of Bowserland from Super Mario 3D World. Just not as good as Galaxy, man. Anyway, my first idea from a new galaxy is like Music Park, Piano Slide Galaxy. You know, I'm a musical person. I want a music galaxy. I want it to happen. Evil Egg Galaxy. It's like Good Egg Galaxy, but evil. You know, you have to collect good eggs and avoid the evil ones. I have no other ideas but that. Mario Museum Galaxy, you have to jump around paintings. I think that would be a good idea. That would definitely get the 90s kids, the Super Mario 64 enthusiasts, to be very, very happy. Lightspeed Galaxy, this would take place on a subway. Alright. Oh, this was inspired by an episode of Family Guy. I don't know if you guys know, but that's my favorite show ever. And like an actual galaxy outside the space-time continual, that would be messed up. But I think Nintendo is just messed up enough and just creative enough to do it. I have no idea why. Alright, so obviously this is when I was actually starting to not use those freaking credit rolls at the end. But even back then, this old YouTube like and this old YouTube subscribe button, even back in those days, like 3 years ago when I made this, those were not a thing. So I have no idea why I actually had them on the freaking credit roll. But whatever. I was weird. I think I started this channel as like a nostalgia project. Like, I remember when I used to play Super Mario Galaxy when I was a little kid. So I'm gonna start to freaking, you know, make videos about it. And so, you know, given that I had that nostalgia, I was like, I'm nostalgic for the old like button and the old subscribe button as well. So I'm like, I'm putting those freaking things in there too. So anyway, that's the video. I think I've reacted to plenty of old stuff. So what are your thoughts on these old videos? What do you think I've, you know, sort of evolved as a creator? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. So there you go. Those are the videos. Bye-bye.